Bright Tuty. Every student matters.
In the next part of this chapter, we are going to take media and social change. In the first part, we discussed that how education is playing an important role in bringing the change in the society. The another factor we are going to take here, media, the role of media, how it can bring the change in any of the society. We are going to understand the meaning of mass media. The mass media is the term which means the media such as radio, television, print and films. Here we can see that mass media, here if we are talking about mass, it refers to a large number of people or a cross section of the population as against a particular class or category of a people. When we are talking about dealing with or interacting with large number of people in the society at a time. So, we are taking the help of this mass media, and different examples we have already taken: radio, television, print and films, and all of you are very well familiar about these sources available in our society. The media we talk about are such means of communication as the press, including newspapers and magazines, radios, television, films, computer, networks and so on. So all these are the sources which are helping us to communicate with large number of people at a time, and then we are defining it as a mass media. Some people are making a distinction between mass media and mass communication, but in general term if we talk about, both are synonym to each other and both can be considered as a same. Now we are going to discuss about society and the mass media, that how both society and mass media are interrelated and how they are affecting each other. Mass media, if we talk about, it provide information to the people regarding day-to-day events, and we also in our daily life are getting interacted with this mass media. We are reading newspapers, watching television, listening to radios. So the different information or day-to-day information we are getting, or different day-to-day events, the ideas or the information related to day-to-day events we are getting through this source. Secondly, entertainment is another important function of this media, which is helping the people to entertain themselves. People get entertainment not only through such means like films, but also through the information provided by the media. Local news programs, for example, if we talk about, furnish information as well as entertainment by devoting time in reporting the different violent crimes and sports also. Local television channels in most cases survive primarily because they make profits by providing the entertainment to the people. So, while we are talking about entertainment as an important function of media, they are helping, means if we talk about the local newspapers are those who are giving or providing the news related to the different fields. If we talk about it could include the Bollywood news, it can include the news related to sports and other fields which are of great interest for the masses. Thirdly, media plays an increasing role in socializing of the youngs. Here we can see that how with the development of this mass media, children come under the active influence of media. Here if we talk about the musicians, dancers, sport person, actor, actresses, they give young people new ideas about how to behave and how to dress. Means somewhere they are having the direct impact on the minds of the young children, where they are easily getting influenced, they are easily getting attracted towards these personalities from these fields. Finally, we talk about the media lend a hand in maintaining cultural continuity also. Somewhere which is helping in keeping a culture alive, and because it is playing an important role, because it is playing an important role in cultural continuity, which is helping to keep the culture of that particular community, particular society alive for longer period of time, which is helping the next generation or the young generation to get those things from the previous generation with the help of this media. Next, if we talk about, there are scholars, educators and others who have been very critical of the consequences of media. Means everyone is not in the favor of media, if we say. Many are there, those who are having the viewpoint that media is having some negative impact also on our society, which are bringing the negative changes in the society instead of bringing the positive changes. Some of the criticism directed at the mass media are the following. So, we'll do the discussion here. First one, it encourages escapism. It means, according to these critics, they think that media helping or creating the feelings of escapism means it is not allowing an individual to face the reality. It is taking them away from the reality by exaggerating the things in front of them through the media, through the different sources. The children, the adults, the younger generation, they are coming in the contact with media. They are getting to know about the world around. So somewhere they are influenced. They want to get the high. They have the very high desires for their life. So somewhere they are not able to face the reality of the life of the society where they are actually existing. So this is creating the negativity in our society. Secondly, we talk about sometimes it leads to passivity and distract people from serious matters of life, because somewhere it is distracting the mind of people, and especially the young children, those who are having the easy access to technologies and all internet services. So they are influenced by these all things around the world, and they are not able to concentrate they are not able to concentrate or focus on the important matters in their life. Thirdly, we can say that according to these critics, it kills individual taste, leads to cultural homogenization. It means here we can say that it is not giving the individual identity to people. Now it is taking them to uniformity, means uniformity not in that way. Here we can say that it is not letting them be the education, somewhere not letting the individual to have their own personal identity. Somewhere it is going to affect them. It is going to change their values. It is leading to bring the change in their mindset, their ability. So somewhere that is going to be the negative impact on our society, where all the culture, all the customs, if we talk about, or the traditions are mixed up somewhere. Next, it uses female gender to sell products through advertisements, because that is being taken as influencing more and more population. So somewhere we are having the negative impact also, where we are using the female gender to sell the different products. It presents a false picture of reality, means by exaggerating things, the media is showing little bit much more than the reality, and easily getting influenced by these things. The generation, the younger generation, if we talk about the adults or the children, they are easily getting influenced and they are moving away from the path, the important path of their life. So we can see that how these changes being brought by the education are somewhere negative in one sense, which is not good for our society. Although we would be moving towards westernization, modernization, but somewhere we would be losing our values, we would be losing our tradition or customs. Now the next topic we are taking the media scenario in India. That what is the condition or what is the condition of media? What kind of scenario media is occupying in India? If we talk about India has been a land of great mass communication. Being a country of diversities, if we talk about, communicating with a large number of people simultaneously has always been a big problem. At the same time, if we talk about, there were several traditional challenges. At the same time, there were several traditional channels of mass communication, which include religious preachers, human messengers, traders, travelers, and other forms of communication. So, being a country of diverse group or the diversities, communicating with large number of people always remained a problem. But in traditional way, we talk about, these were the different sources to communicate with the masses. But due to modernization, these traditional sources are not that much important or that no longer popular in our society. New ways or the new mass media has developed and the new sources has been developed, which has replaced these traditional sources of communicating with the others. Media scenario in India, we can say that different mass media have developed here. So, we are going to talk about the two types of mass media, print media and electronic media. Print media, basically, if we talk about, it includes different newspapers, journals, magazines and all in printable form. The print media, here we can say, it also includes periodicals of different types, and according to Registrar General of Newspaper in India, as on 31st March 2014, the number of registered newspaper was around 13,761, which shows the popularity of print media in India. Number of periodical magazines only we talk about, that was around 85,899. There are news agencies also like Press Trust of India, United News of India, UNI is also there to collect and supply news to newspapers. So here, if we talk about this data, it shows that many newspapers are available in India. It means it shows that how much it is popular among the masses and one of the medium to contact or to communicate with large number of people at a time. Different newspapers are there, even these are the one which are registered one. Many are there, the unregistered, which are not even included in that list. So beyond that, if we talk about beyond that, so many other regional newspapers are also there, which shows that how through these media, the news through these media, we can communicate with the masses at a large level. Here if we talk about the politics, in politics also this print media is playing an important role. Whenever the news are there related, news or any information is there related to, whenever news or any information are there related to politics, sports media or any other field, so all could be conveyed through these print media to the masses. Next, if we talk about is electronic media, which include radio, televisions as well as audio visual media, in which it can include feature films. Radio and television, if we talk about, these are the two major electronic media in India and these are very famous. Radio, basically nowadays radio is not that much in use, but when it was started, it was very much popular among the common people. Even the low class people, if we talk about those who are belonging to lower economic group, they were also able to get access to this radio. And different shops, if we talk about, and different centers were there. Railway station was the first place where it was placed, and different such sort of centers were there, which were used to convey the information to the people. Privately owned transmitters started broadcasting in India in 1927. So this was the first time when this transmitters, especially we called it as radio now, were started. In 1930, just after 3 years around, they were taken over by the government, and the broadcasting started in the name of Indian Broadcasting Services. It was changed to All India Radio, that is AIR, in 1936, and later on it came to be known as Akashvani in 1957, especially after the independence. So that radio was also one of the medium to communicate with large number of people at a time, and this radio also played an important role in the freedom movements during independence struggles. Television, if we talk about, Doordarshan was the national television of India. Is one of the largest terrestrial. It is one of the largest terrestrial network in the world. So we can understand that how much it is important. Doordarshan, if we talk about, it is telecasting the programs all over the world. Television was introduced in India on 15th September 1959 on an experimental basis with a station at Delhi. It was started first time, or it was initiated first time in Delhi on 15th of September 1959. The country's second television center, if we talk about, it was set up at Mumbai in 1972. In April 1976, if we talk about, Doordarshan was separated from All India Radio, because both were combined earlier, but later on that was separated and was made a separate department, and later on different channels were added on, additional channels were added on with the Doordarshan. It covers around 87% of the population. Still many programs are there which are very important or which are very popular among the rural people. Basically, if we talk about in villages, still so many different channels are there of Doordarshan, or different programs they are telecasting which are very useful for the farmers or related to different agricultural activities. The third kind of this electronic media, if we talk about, is audio-visual media. Audio-visual media means where the voice is also there as well as video is also visible. Both the things at the same time. In radio only it was the audio media. Television, if we talk about, was, here if we talk about, television was also the part of that audio-visual, and here the audio-visual media separately if we talk about, here the films are the main part of that. Film has been by far the most popular means of mass media in India. And how these films, if we talk about, many documentaries are there, many short films are there, those which are prepared to convey any message to the people. Basically these are based on particular issues and which are prevailing in our society, and through that it is being taken to convey the information or just to communicate with large number of people. Sometime you might have seen these advertisements are also there through the television, these are given, and basic idea is to convey some information, to convey, or marketing is also one of the idea that they are adopting through these advertisement or these sort of electronic media. Here if we talk about this audio-visual media, films in India can be publicly exhibited only after the Central Board of Film Certification has certified them. So, whatever the feature films are coming, until and unless they are not getting certified by this CBFC, they will not be telecasted. So, here we can see that this is also one kind of media to communicate with masses, common masses. Through earlier, if we talk about in earlier time, the single screen theaters were there where the public used to go to watch these audio visual feature films, and now we can say that malls and all such kind of multiplex cinemas are also there. So through these many people are getting connected, and when they are connected, it means most of the these kind of electronic media are more popular among the urban people, especially in urban center. But slowly and gradually we talk about its paving its way in rural areas also. Now we are going to discuss about that how media is able to bring that social change in the society, how both are interrelated and how the impact of media can be there which can influence the mind of people to bring the change in the society. It is assumed that transmission of new ideas through the mass media can create a favorable environment for change. Although we know that according to the critics, mass media was not always appreciated because according to them many times it has influenced the mind of people or the youth or children in negative way also. But here beyond that we are going to talk about that sometimes the new ideas are coming out through this mass media which is helping to create an favorable environment for the people, which is good for the development or the success or growth of the society. Communication helps to enlarge the mental horizons of people, because when we are communicating with others, it means lots of ideas are coming out, lots of innovative beliefs are also, if we talk about lots of new ideas, innovative ideas are coming out and people are easily able to contact or interact with each other. Like in the case of internet, if we talk about, that is also the good platform through which social media is also a good platform through which the people are able to interact with each other. They are able to share their things, share their views, share their new ideas with each other, and which is helping to bring the environment that is in the favor of the society, which is helping the society to grow. Exposure to the media has accelerated the process of change, and when the people are exposed to media, when they are getting to know around the world what's going around the world, they are getting the information from all the corners of the world. They are in India also, in Indian society we can say the people are also getting the knowledge. They are able to get those new, they are able to use their knowledge as well as the new ideas in their own society, and which has accelerated means has increased, here we can say which has increased the process of change, and rapid change could be seen in the society with the help of media. Now the next topic, if we take globalization and local culture. Globalization, we understand, globalization means when we are able to interact with the other countries, when other countries are also, means there is interaction within the country as well as with the other countries. When the people are able to communicate, when the people are able to move from one place to another place for different purposes, whether it is a job, whether it is a trade, business or anything else. And local culture basically that belongs to a particular region, particular area or particular country. We understand that globalization is a very comprehensive process. It's not a simple one, it's not a easy, but it is comprehensive, as it is through this globalization the people are able to interact with each other. They are able to understand that how the success or the growth could be achieved. Globalization is a set of processes that interconnect individuals, groups and communities. So, while we are talking about this process of globalization, through this individuals are connecting with each other as well as the different groups or the communities are also able to interact or communicate with each other. Every society has its own culture with its own feature. We know that when we are talking about this local culture, all the society have their own specified culture in which they have the different features embedded in it. Regional differences do occur in culture within a single society, and at the same time when we are talking about that they have, the particular society have their own culture with different or the specified features, at the same time some regional differences can occur because the culture of one particular region can be different from the another region, which is also a part of a single society. Due to globalization, what has happened? It has increased the real as well as perceived threats to local and smaller cultural identity. Globalization has increased the real as well as perceived threats to local and smaller cultural identities. It means when the globalization started, when the people started moving from one country to another country, from one place to another place outside their own country, so some real threats were also there, which actually were existing, and some perceived one. Perceived means which are supposed to be occur in the future. And these threats were to the local and the smaller cultural identities. So the need arose for their protection, because it was very easy to influence these smaller identities, to influence their culture. It was very easy that when this interaction is taking place, might be some factors, the outside factors can be there, which could affect their identities, and they might be losing the main features of their culture in future, which is going to be a threat or a danger to them. The emergence of tourism as an industry has increased the number of tourist resort. Marketing of cultural objects are issues which are affecting the local communities. So what are these factors? If we talk about the factors which are affecting these cultural identities or the culture of a particular region, so these are, we can say the expansion of the tourism industry is the one, because when the tourism industry we are starting in any region, it means more and more people are going to travel there, more and more people are going to visit in that particular region. And when they are visiting to that particular place, definitely they are bringing their own beliefs, their ideas, their culture, and when they are interacting with the other people, so at that time that influence going to be occur, and occurrence of, and if we talk about the occurrence of that influence on these local people, on their culture, if we talk about the local culture of that region, is very easy. Here, these are, in this way, we talk about the next is marketing of cultural object. These are also one of the factors which are affecting these local communities of a particular region or particular area. India, if we talk about, it provides the most suitable example of multicultural setting. Multicultural because India does not have a single kind of culture. It is a country of multiculture. Reason being, from one area we can say the one region is different from other, and different communities are residing in India, different religious groups are found in India, different cultural groups, or we can say the ethnic groups are found in India. So that's why we are calling it as, due to this diversity, we can call it as a multicultural settings. Globalization considers the entire world as a single system, as a single village or a single part, we can say. According to the globalization, if we are talking or we are considering through the concept of globalization, it means the whole world is a single region, single settlement, or the single system. And when we are talking about it as a single system, it means we all are a part of single society, where we are having the diversities, but somewhere we are connected with each other. Values of sharing, collaboration and harmony have declined, and due to this interaction throughout the world, what is happening, some negative impacts are also there. Like if we talk about the values of sharing, collaboration with each other as well as harmony has declined, and tension in the society has increased. Why the tension is increasing in the society? Because of high competition, because the competition is there between the different regions. If we talk about within the country, if particular region is the attraction for the tourist industry, the another region might be having the feelings of that hatred or jealousy, or they are also trying to get success over the same issue. So somewhere the competition is there, But that competition, if we talk about, which is arising among the people in the world, is not the healthy one. Here these kind of things are being created which are not in the favor of humanity. So in this unit 8 we discussed about that how education as well as media both are playing an important role bringing the change in the society, and different factors also we discussed that what are these factors which can bring that change. Sometimes we can say that if we talk about education or mass media, both are having this both kind of impact, the positive one as well as the negative one. So we need to talk about both, but we need to focus on the positive one, and we have to discuss that how in future also with the help of education and mass media these positive changes can be brought in the society that is going to be in the favor of our country or in the favor of our society, which can help us to develop and grow with the passage of time.